hopes to actualize its plans and arrangements for the continued discharge of its role and function as enunciated in the Constitution for the administration of justice. Soon enough, we will hear my Lord, the Honorable Chief Judge, read out details in the scorecard of the judiciary in Rivers State, the statistics of cases filed and pending before the courts, and the cases duly disposed of. It is my hope that the scorecard will show very creditable performances by our judges and magistrates, and of course, the projections for the future. Those are facts and matters in respect of which my Lord, the Honorable Chief Judge, will have the ultimate say, as those facts and matters are within his Lordship's purview. On our part, however, the body of senior advocates would like to note as follows. One, in the last legal year, the Honorable Justice A.I. Iyayi Lamikoro gracefully bowed out as Chief Judge of Rivers State and was duly succeeded by my Lord, the Honorable Justice S.C. Amadi as Chief Judge. It is fitting that I should use this occasion to heartily congratulate my Lord on his happy assumption of office as Chief Judge of the High Court of Rivers State. Knowing my Lord, Justice S.C. Amadi, as we all do, I have no doubt that he will bring his long years of experience in court administration and judicial service to bear on his performance as Chief Judge. And I do wish my Lord every success in his present engagements. Also in similar vein, the Honorable Justice I.A. Abuja assumed office as acting president of the Customary Court of Appeal of Rivers State. Congratulate me, Lord, and I wish him well. It was in this same legal year that we lost to death some members of our profession. And I remember in particularly the demise of the Honorable Justice Christy Gabriel Wankwo, who was until her death the president of the Customary Court of Appeal of Rivers State. We of the Inner Bar also lost to death Faye Dikio, SAN. May their souls rest in peace. In the last legal year, our courts were adversely affected by the effects of the ravaging coronavirus, COVID-19, which resulted in some lockdowns for the courts. There is no doubt that several causes and matters suffered needless delays. It is my hope that all concerned, the judges, the magistrates, and us, the legal practitioners, will put in some extra time and effort to ensure that some catching up is done, so that the litigating public may not suffer more unnecessary delays in the hearing and determination of their cases in court. In the last legal year, unfortunately, members of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, the branch in Rivers State, shut down our courts for several days, ostensibly to drive home their clamor for financial autonomy for the judiciary, even when their chairman and the members had acknowledged that financial autonomy had been fully implemented by the government of Rivers State. It was only when our governor signified his resolve to implement the no work, no pay policy of the Rivers State government that they saw fit to call off their so-called sympathy strike. In the last legal year, legislative backing was happily secured for the government policy to provide all judicial officers in Rivers State and off Rivers State with decent housing, even after they have retired from judicial service. I must commend His Excellency, Governor Nyesom Wike, and the Rivers State House of Assembly on this particular score. The last legal year, we witnessed the inauguration of Rivers State Multi-Door Courthouse, and we all hope it will reduce the number of cases filed before the regular courts. In the last legal year, the Nigerian Bar Association held its 61st Annual General Conference in Port Harcourt. I'm happy that our NTA branches in Rivers State put up a good show as we hosted our learned friends from across Nigeria in what was a well-attended conference. Still on a happy note, our eminent number was increased by the addition of 4, namely Professor Christian Chizindo Wigwe, Charles Udoka Ihua Madweni, Sami Abiye Somiari, and 4 Ayodeji Adedibe. They are to be sworn in on the 8th day of December 2021, after which they can fully assume the title of Senior Advocates of Nigeria, SAN. As senior advocates, gentlemen, this is a court sitting. The Attorney General has rubbed minds with me. We don't clap. You only nod your head in agreement. As senior advocates, we are expected to provide the required leadership for our learned friends of the outer bar. I pledge, on behalf of all of us in the inner bar, that we will continue so to do. I cannot end this address without addressing the same points that was addressed by the chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association, Port Harcourt branch, in his address. And it had to do with the fresh assaults on the independence of the judiciary, the independence of the judges. Independence of the judiciary is one of the bedrocks of the rule of law. The unfortunate incidents of the invasion of the residence of the Honorable Justice Mary Peter Odili, JSC, formerly a justice of the Court of Appeal and formerly a judge of the High Court of Rivers State, is still fresh in our minds. The Honorable Justice Mary Peter Odili is the wife of our former governor, His Excellency Sir Dr. Peter Odili. It is significant that she is the second most senior justice of the Supreme Court. This incident happened on Friday, the 29th day of October 2021, some 2 weeks ago, and it was ostensibly based on a search warrant said to have been issued by a magistrate serving in the judiciary of the Federal Capital Territory. Even though it seems that the magistrate has since revoked the search warrant, most Nigerians, most exponents of the rule of law, like some of us, and indeed the Nigerian Bar Association, have called for full and thorough investigations into the matter. A call also made by the Supreme Court and the National Judicial Council. So far, nothing seems to have become of the matter, and nobody has been found culpable for that unfortunate misadventure. It is truly unfortunate that in spite of all the calls made by the many I have mentioned, institutions, authorities, and persons, the concerned authorities are yet to unravel those behind the dastardly act and the motives behind it. Nothing reasonable seems to have been done, and no person or persons have been found culpable. No person or persons have been brought to book. I have to say that this last incident, should be seen by all of us as the very last of the assaults on our judges and justices, the very last of the assaults on the judiciary. That incident should be seen as the last in all the attempts made to undermine the independence of the judiciary and also undermine the rule of law. My Lord, Honorable Chief Judge, my Lords, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I now conclude by wishing the Rivers State Judiciary and all of us, legal practitioners, our clients, and all those who seek the services of our courts in the determination of their civil rights and obligations, a very successful 2021-2022 legal year. I thank you all for listening, and I pray that the Almighty and Eternal God may continue to bless us all. Amen. Thank you. No clapping.
Was the OCJ Okocha speaking on behalf of the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Port Harcourt branch. He traces the historical perspective to the legal year, which dates back to the United Kingdom. This reenactment provides platform to assess the performance of the judiciary while also rededicating the upcoming year to the Almighty guidance.
Your Excellency, the wife of the Governor of Rivers State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State and Right Honorable Speaker, the Lord Honorable Chief Judge of Rivers State, and all your brother judges, including the Acting President of the Rivers State Customary Court of Appeal, Justices of the Court of Appeal, and other visiting judges of federal courts here present. For want of time, please permit me to rely on the protocol already well established. Permit me on behalf of the official bar to join the Noble Lord, the Honorable Justice Simon Chibuzo Amadi, the Honorable Chief Judge of Rivers State, and his brother judges, including magistrates and the entire staff of the Rivers State Judiciary, to welcome His Excellency Nyesom Ezewonwike, CON, GSSROS, POS Africa, Governor of Rivers State, our invited guests, and members of the inner and outer bar to this special court session to mark the opening of the 2021-2022 legal year. It is remarkable to note that this is the climax of the first legal year ceremony being held by the Rivers State Judiciary since my noble Lord the Chief Judge assumed office as the substantive Chief Judge of Rivers State on 26 May 2021. On behalf of all of us at the Rivers State Ministry of Justice, we congratulate my noble Lord on your well-deserved appointment and wish you a very successful tenure. Let me also take the liberty of this ceremony to express our condolences over the demise of Lord Honorable Justice Christy Gebe-Wanko, immediate past President of the Rivers State Customary Court of Appeal, and all the judges of the Rivers State Judiciary. May their soul rest in peace. Your Excellencies, my noble lords, members of the bar, respected guests, ladies and gentlemen, the point bears repeating that a special court session such as this, holding as part of the opening ceremony of a new legal year, offers us a unique opportunity to undertake a critical review of the activities of the justice sector, particularly the judiciary and the Minister of Justice in the outgoing legal year, with emphasis on our strengths and weaknesses, the lessons to be drawn therefrom, and our collective resolve to improve on justice delivery. Therefore, on this special occasion of the court session, members of the bench and bar must reaffirm their unwavering commitment to effective, efficient, and speedy administration of justice in our state in order to continue to enjoy the respect and confidence of our people. If you could imagine for once what our society will look like without the court system, you will come to the ineluctable conclusion that without our courts, the whole concept of the rule of law and our cherished constitutional democracy will have practically no meaning. When the forefathers of the American fledgling federal union, comprised of the 13 sovereign American states, affirmed in the famous Declaration of Independence on 4th July, declarations and aspirations. We salute the judiciary, my noble lords, your worships, and your honors for your role in ensuring that our society does not degenerate into that state of nature where life will be solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. It is for the above reasons that we must be reminded that an attack on the judiciary by the executive or legislative arm of the federal government is an attack on our collective civilization as a people, and same should not go unchallenged. We will recall that sometime in 2016, several midnight raids were carried out by security agencies controlled by the federal government on official residences of some justices of the Supreme Court in Abuja, on the residence of a judge of the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt, under questionable circumstances. We remember vividly how a serving Chief Justice of Nigeria, my name is Honorable Justice Walter Onogen, CJN retired, was forced out of the exalted office of CJN on the basis of a spurious ex parte order made by the Court of Conduct Tribunal, sitting again in Abuja. As if the above organized assault against the judiciary was not enough, Nigerians again received with huge shock news of the armed invasion of the Abuja residence of one of our most senior justices of the Supreme Court, my noble Lord, Honorable Justice Mary Peter of the JSC, by security operatives drawn from different security agencies of the federal government on Friday, October 29, 2021. The armed invasion was carried out under the guise of executing a search warrant purportedly issued by Magistrate Emmanuel Iyana in favor of one CSP Lawrence Ayode, attached to the asset panel recovery domiciled in the Federal Ministry of Justice. And that search warrant purportedly was in respect of number 9 Imo Street, Maitama, FCT Abuja. To be sure, although the Abuja residence of Honorable Justice Mary Peter is not located on number 9 Imo Street, Maitama, Abuja, the said purported search warrant was executed on our official residence, even when there is no indication in the search warrant that she was occupant of that premises. Apart from being an assault on the independence of the judiciary, it was also a complete and unquestionable violation of the right to privacy. In an NTA against it, the Court of Appeal, by Ajin JCA as it was, had this to say briefly. It says the right to privacy guaranteed under Section 37 of the Constitution is one of the most fundamental of the rights. And at its basic level, quote, it is the right to be left alone. This suggests that a zone surrounds every individual within which it should be protected from intrusion by others. It is the most valuable of all rights. The 1999 Constitution in Section 37 absolutely guarantees the privacy of the citizen, his home, correspondence, telephone conversation, and telegraphic communication. And Section 45, subsection 1, allows the law to derogate from it only if it is reasonably justifiable in a democratic society in the interest of defense, public safety, public order, public morality, or public health, or for the purpose of protecting the rights and freedom of other persons, unquote. Therefore, there is no doubt whatsoever that the armed invasion of the residence of our noble Lord was not done in accordance with the spirit and intent of the provision of the Constitution. In the face of the patent and arrant illegalities that have tainted that invasion, and the cacophony of denials by officials of the federal government, we respectfully urge Mr. President Buhari to immediately address the demands of the government and people of Rivers State, and indeed the Nigerian Bar Association, to set up an independent panel of inquiry to unmask those behind the sacrilegious attack on Justice Mary Peter Odili's resident and ensure they are brought to justice. Anything short of this, and I say again, anything short of this will not be acceptable to the government and people of Rivers State. Enough of the rape on the independence of the judiciary by agencies of the federal government. Activities and programs for Rivers State Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice, as an institutional stakeholder in the justice sector, serves as the bridge between the executive and the judiciary in driving necessary reform in the justice sector geared towards improving the administration of justice in the state. At the opening of the 2020-2021 legal year, I had announced the inauguration of the Plea Bargain Committee pursuant to Section 277 of the Rivers State Administration of Criminal Justice Law 2015 to enlighten and sensitize members of the bar and the general public on the plea bargain procedure. We are happy to report that several defendants standing trial in various courts across our jurisdiction have taken advantage of the plea bargain procedure, and each application is dealt with on its own merit. Furthermore, in order to ensure that our criminal justice system is not unduly compromised, the Office of Attorney General, as a matter of deliberate policy, refers every application for withdrawal of pending criminal matter made by a nominal complainant to the plea bargain committee for necessary action. The rationale behind this policy is to prevent any person standing trial before our court from escaping justice merely on account of a purported settlement concluded usually between the families of the defendant and the nominal complainant without reference to the state. Given the alarming rate and increase in cases of rape, defilement, and other similar offenses, a register of sexual offenders has been opened at the Rivers State Ministry of Justice, pursuant to Section 1, Subsection 4, Paragraph B of the Rivers State Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law number 46 of 2020 as amended. As the name implies, the register captures the name of every person convicted of a sexual offense by a court of law and particulars of the conviction. For the avoidance of doubt, the register of sexual offenders is accessible to the members of the public in accordance with Section 1, Subsection 5 of the enabling law. In terms of criminal prosecution, which is a key mandate of the Minister of Justice, the Directorate of Public Prosecution during the period under review received a total of 975 case files from the Office of the Chief Registrar of the High Court of Rivers State. And out of these, 973 files have already been assigned to law officers, and we are happy to report that legal advice has been rendered in 850 of these matters, and the office has filed information in 700 of these matters. We've continued with the policy of assigning lawyers to magistrate court within and outside Port Harcourt to keep tab on matters that require legal advice. And we're happy to report that through this arrangement and the tremendous work of the special team on legal advice, we have cleared all outstanding backlog of legal advice in the Ministry of Justice. During the period under review, a total of 61 fiats were granted by the Attorney General to private legal practitioners to undertake prosecution of criminal matters on behalf of the state at no financial cost to the state. We have noticed, however, with great concern, the growing practice of foreign shopping by legal practitioners with respect to bail application. Counsel who are well aware that the DPP has filed information against a defendant in the registry of a particular division of the High Court of Rivers State will proceed to another division of the High Court to file application for bail, alleging that no information has been filed against the applicant by the office of the DPP. Through this dubious practice, several defendants have been released on bail on the erroneous assumption that the state has failed to charge the defendants with an offense. In order to stem this ugly trend, we wish most respectfully to hold the name of the Honorable Chief Judge of Rivers State to issue a practice direction directing that every applicant seeking bail should depose to an affidavit on oath stating that no criminal proceeding is pending against the applicant before any court of law in respect of the offense for which the applicant is held in custody. Where the applicant is later found to have lied on oath, the court could deal with him as appropriate, including but not limited to revoking the bail already granted him. With respect to civil matters, a total of 303 fresh suits, including appeals, were instituted against the Rivers State government in various courts during the period under review. Several of these matters have already been concluded and judgments entered. The Office of Attorney General has continued to accord special attention to grant of governor's consent for mortgages and assignment as part of the Rivers State government policy on improving the ease of doing business in the state. For the period under review, a total of 287 consents were signed by the Attorney General. The Directorate of Citizens' Rights offers pro bono services by assisting disputing parties to resolve their differences through mediation. During the period of review, that Directorate dealt with a total of 190 cases, and some of which have been concluded. The Department of Public Defender also offers pro bono services in criminal matters for indigent defendants. Following the decision of the Supreme Court in Matthew against the citation supplied, the department is permitted to represent a defendant in a criminal matter even when that defendant is prosecuted by the office of the DPP. A total of 47 criminal matters were referred to that department, and some of these matters have already been concluded. In line with the decision of the Rivers State Executive Council as contained in the white paper on the report of the Commission of Inquiry into acts of police brutality, the Office of Attorney General has posted 23 law officers to the 23 local government areas of Rivers State to man the Office of Public Defender at local government level. And we hope that this will also enhance administration of justice at local government level. The Office of Administrator General and Public and Probate Trustee of Rivers State received over 700 applications for administration of estate. From available record, 660 letters of administration have been issued in favor of the Administrator General. The Office of Attorney General ensures that as far as is reasonably practicable, the performance of the sensitive duties of the Office of the Administrator General and Public Trustee is in accordance with the letters and spirit of the enabling law. The Minister of Justice has continued to serve as the clearing house for all executive bills proposed by the Rivers State Executive Council, and during a period of review, that task has been handled sufficiently. Our plan for the future. Our mission is to continue to collaborate and cooperate with all critical stakeholders in the justice sector to improve and enhance the administration of justice in Rivers State. We are equally committed to defending and protecting the interests of the government and people of Rivers State within the limits of the law. Therefore, every act of perceived illegality or unconstitutionality by the federal government or any of its agencies against our people shall be challenged in the court of law. Appreciation. In concluding this remark, we wish to thank His Excellency, Governor of Rivers State, for his unprecedented and unwavering support for the Ministry of Justice and the Rivers State justice sector as a whole. Our gratitude also goes to members of the bench and bar for the robust partnership in improving the administration of justice in our state. To all our staff in the Ministry of Justice, we thank you for your dedication. Together we can achieve more in the new legal year. Finally, to God Almighty, without whom nothing is ever possible, we return all our thanks and gratitude. I wish the Lord and all your brother judges a very pleasant legal year celebration. Thank you and God bless.
Attorney General of Rivers State and Commissioner for Justice there, Zacchaeus Adango, taking a critical review of the activities that trailed the 2020-2021 legal year, of which he highlighted a number of reforms that have been introduced into the state judiciary, among which is the setting up of a plea bargain to look into issues, cases, especially criminal cases, and the opening of a register of sexual offenders in the state. Now it's time for us to hear from the Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Simeon Amadi.
Chief Nyeso Zenwa Wike, CON, JSSRS, POS Africa, Live Venture, and his wife, Her Excellency Honorable Justice Suzette Eberechi Nyeso Zenwa Wike. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, Dame Dr. Mrs. Ipalibo Bare Hani Banigo, GSSRS. The Speaker of Rivers State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Ikui Iwaji Ibani, KSC, DSS, RS. My Lord, the presiding Justice of Court of Appeal, Port Harcourt Division, Honorable Justice H.S. Zamani, and his brother judges of the Court of Appeal, Port Harcourt Division. My Lord, the acting president, Customary Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice Hanacho Wilfred Obuzo. My Lord, the Chief Judge of Brasa State, Honorable Justice Kate Abiri, ably represented by N. Aganaba. My Lords, Judges of the High Court and Customary Court of Appeal, Rivers State, Judges of the Federal High Court and the National Industrial Court here present, my Lord, Honorable Justice Iche N. Ndo, former Chief Judge of Rivers State and Chairman, Governing Council of Rivers State University, Port Harcourt. Judges of the High Court of Rivers State, Honorable Justice P.N.C. Agumaro, former President, Rivers State Customary Court of Appeal. Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Professor Z. Adango, SAN. The Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Tani Daragogo. The Head of Service, Rufus N. Godwin's Esquire. Members of the Rivers State Executive Council, members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, learned senior advocates of Nigeria here present, the Vice Chancellor of Rivers State University, Professor Lerum Sonde Okobule, the Secretary and members of the Rivers State Judicial Service Commission, the Deputy Chief Registrar, Court of Appeal, Port Harcourt Division, the Acting Chief Registrar of the High Court, the Chief Registrar of the Customary Court of Appeal, Rivers State, the Deputy Chief Registrar of the High Court and the Director, Multi-Door Courthouse, Rivers State, your worships, Learned Magistrate of Rivers State Judiciary, Chairman and members of the Customary Courts, the Chairman and members of the Nigerian Bar Association, Port Harcourt, Ahoda, Ishekpo, Bori, Degema, Okehi, Okreka, Amok, branches. Our respected Royal Highnesses, chiefs and opinion leaders present here, staff of the Rivers State Judiciary, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. In consonance with the age-old tradition of our noble legal profession, this special course session is held to herald the 2021/2022 legal year of the Rivers State Judiciary. As usual, this was preceded by an interdenominational church service which was conducted at the St. Paul Cathedral, Anglican Cathedral Church, Dio Port Harcourt, Rivers State. I warmly welcome all and sundry to this special course session. This special course session provides occasion for stock taking, self-examination, and exposition of the problems, progress, achievement, and plan for the future in the Rivers State constitutional duty in the administration of justice to all and sundry in Rivers State and Nigeria. Obituaries. During the year under review, the bench and the bar lost their members to cold hand of inevitable death. Notably, the Honorable President, Customary Court of Appeal of Rivers State, Honorable Justice Christina Gabriel Wanko, and Mr. Faye Dikio, SAN, and others. May their gentle souls and other faithful departed rest in perfect peace in the bosom of the Lord. Amen. The new era of the Rivers State Judiciary. Upon my appointment and swearing in on 26 May 2021 by His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, Chief Nyesom Ezenwa-Wike, and sworn into action in order to raise the banner hired and obtained it from my predecessor in office, Honorable Justice Iyaye Lamekara, retired Chief Judge of Rivers State. This is what is expected from me. From 26th of May 2021, when I assumed the duties of the Chief Judge of Rivers State, till date, 11th of November 2021, it's been only 6 months, which may be too short to plan, strategize, and embark on expected meaningful and more impactful infrastructure and human capital development. But I believe, for one, my humble self, who has been in service of the judiciary for over 3 decades and conversant with the problems and challenges of the Rivers State Judiciary in the administration of justice. What matters and counts in office or position is the achievement motivation coupled with concrete achievement within the tenure, rather than how long duration or tenure in office or position. Within the past 6 months in office, the Rivers State Judiciary under my charge embarked on modest effort at infrastructural and human capital development and improvement in justice delivery. I must place it on record that we owe our modest achievement as far as His Excellency's so far to His Excellency release of funds to the State Judiciary to meet her constitutional duties. Upon the painful demise of the former President of the Customary Court of Appeal of Rivers State, His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, pursuant to Section 281, Sub 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, on 14th of October 2021, appointed and sworn Honorable Justice Iheanacho Wilfred Obuzo as the acting President of the Customary Court of Appeal of Rivers State. Based on His Excellency's approval, also, the Rivers State Judicial Service Commission recently concluded the selective process for appointment of new High Court judges of Rivers State based on the inputs from the bench, bar, and other relevant stakeholders in justice delivery. We await the recommendation of the National Judicial Council, NJC, in that regard for appointment of new judges of the High Court of Rivers State. Achievement of Rivers State Judiciary from 26th of May to date.
Below are some of the programs/projects I embarked upon on my assumption of office as the Chief Judge of Rivers State. 1. Organizing of a meeting, seminar/workshop for all judiciary staff. 2. Setting up a committee to review the magistrate court law that make proposal to be forwarded to the Rivers State House of Assembly for amendment of the current magistrate court law. A committee to review the current magistrate court rules. 3. Renovation of ADL Center, multi-door courthouse, and family court building, and furnishing of ADL offices. In this legal year, we shall strive hard to ensure that the necessary facilities and personnel are provided for the family court to become functional. 4. Commencement of the multi-door courthouse on 14th of October 2021 for business after inauguration by His Excellency. 5. One-week capacity building workshop on ADL for judicial staff and lawyers by judiciary. Gold delivery exercise resulting in the release of over 150 inmates at the Port Harcourt Correctional Center, Port Harcourt, pursuant to the provisions of Criminal Justice Relief from Custody Special Provisions Act by the Chief Judge of Rivers State and Section 34, Sub 1 and 2 of the Rivers State Administration of Criminal Justice Law 2015 by appointed Chief Magistrates. 7. Reviving of the Office of the Assistant Chief Registrar Personnel, which were hitherto moribund. In aid of administration of justice, the following rules and practice direction were issued. 1. The mediation and other ADR processes and arbitration procedure rules, 4th of October 2021. 2. The mediation/ADR/arbitration practice direction, 4th of October 2021. 3. High Court of Rivers State practice direction exemption of payment of default fees during COVID-19, number 3 of 2021. 4. High Court of Rivers State practice direction on non-multiplicity of suits/action to check and punish foreign shopping, abuse of court processes. This was just issued yesterday, and it will take care of what the Honorable Attorney General has stated. 9. Sanitizing the High Court premises of unserviceable vehicles and junks littered all over the premises. 10. Sponsoring of the Judicial Staff Union of Nigeria, Rivers State Chapter, JISUN, for the annual CJN Sports Festival, and 7 trophies were won by the Rivers State Judicial Staff contingent. Reviving the Judicial Press Corps, 12. Provision of chairs, tables for courts at outstations. Refurbishing of the Choba Magistrate Quarters, construction of security at Choba Staff Quarters, construction of warehouse for seized properties at the Sheriff Village, Choba, resulting from execution of judgments. Building of a perimeter fence with embankment to safeguard the magistrates/staff quarters at Choba from the Sombrero River at the Choba houses, which fallen fence has exposed the magistrates/staff quarters to insecurity and siege of snake and reptiles for long. 7. Construction of drainage for staff quarters, Choba, and piping of sewage. Landscaping of the Abuja Magistrate Quarters. The High Court Complex, Port Harcourt. Before my assumption of office as the Chief Judge, I was always disturbed about the policy introduced some years ago, where 2 magistrates share one courtroom, one sitting in the morning while the other sitting in the afternoon and sharing a chamber and convenience. This was due to unavailability of court halls to cope with the increased number of magistrates. To solve this problem, a request was made to His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, for construction of a magistrate complex in Port Harcourt outside the High Court complex. The request was granted by His Excellency, and the Rivers State government is now constructing a magistrate court complex along Moscow Road, Port Harcourt, opposite the police headquarters. The complex, when completed, will have 24 courtrooms, chambers, and other facilities. And this will also help check the overcrowded High Court complex. Words are inadequate to thank His Excellency. Let me see this opportunity to place on record that without the prompting of the Rivers State Judiciary, Honorable Confidence Nyema Deko, the chairman of Gokona Local Government Council, renovated and remodeled the Magistrate Court and the Customary Court board, and also equipped them. I had the privilege of being invited to commission the remodeled course on 15th October 2021. I thank him for this laudable achievement and urge other chairmen in other jurisdictions to emulate this exemplary gesture. Rivers State Customary Court of Appeal. The Customary Court of Appeal of Rivers State, under the acting president of the court, upon assumption of office a month ago, has outlined urgent actions/steps embarked upon to overcome challenges he inherited in order to promote and enhance administration of justice in the Customary Court of Rivers State. Due to deaths, retirements, and study leave, there exists currently a total of 16 vacancies, out of which 3 are chairmen for Ahoda East, Bonny, Obiapo, and 13 members for Abuja, Akaboka, Choba, Egui, Bo, Ndoni, Ngo, Okuzi, Omok, Opopo, Ozuzu, Rumoba, and Taba customary courts. And in view of the existing warrants for establishment of customary court at One and Ogu, and proposed warrant for more customary courts in Port Harcourt, Obio, and Abloma, there is need for future employment of a total of 5 chairmen and 10 members for full complement of those courts. It is so that His Excellency will give necessary approval when the request is officially presented. There's also impending overhaul of the administrative setup and rules of customary court of appeal to ensure timeless and expedition of hearing appeals. Rivers State Judiciary and the automation of processes. Rivers State Judiciary adopted and deployed the Rivers State Course Management Information System, RIV-COMIS, a platform funded by the Rivers State government. The features of the system are wide and encompassing. The registration of users, filing of cases/processes, e-payment, storage of file, e-services, record of proceeding, probate matters, platform on less pendings, e-affidavit, virtual/remote hearing. This beneficial innovation is not without its challenges. There is the negative attitude of some professionals and court users within the legal system against RIV-COMIS. There is a noticeable lukewarm attitude by some in accepting the system and complaint of delay inherent in the e-filing due to network and human problems. The introduction of a new order of things initially comes with this observation, which will be overcome in due course with the cooperation of all stakeholders, especially members of the bar. Steps are in place to address the challenges, and concerns of lawyers and court users will soon be over. Status of cases in the courts. In the High Court of Rivers State, number of cases brought forward on 1st of October 2020, 8,714. Number of cases filed between 1st of October 2020 to 30th of September 2021, 5,167. Number of cases disposed of between 1st of October 2020 and 30th of September 2021, 3,009. 983. Number of cases pending as at 30th of September 2021, 9,898. The Customary Court of Appeal. Cases brought forward as at 1st of October 2020, 96. Number of cases filed between 1st of October 2020 to 30th of September 2021, 104. Cases disposed of between that period, 148. Cases pending as at 30th of September 2021, 52. In the Magistrate Court, number of cases brought forward within the period that's 1st of October to forward as from 1st of October 2020 is 13,827. Number of cases filed between 1st of October 2020 to 30th of September 2021, 7,623. Number of cases disposed of between that period, 7,142. Number of cases pending as at 30th of September 2021, 14,308. The Customary Court, the 32 Customary Courts. Cases brought forward as at 1st of October 2020, 3,076. Cases filed between 1st October 2020 to 30th of September 2021, 1,007 cases. Cases disposed of between the period, 466. Cases pending as at 30th of September 2021, 3,617. Revenue Court. Number of cases brought forward on 1st of October 2020, 152. Number of cases filed between 1st October 2020 to 30th of September 2021, 62. Number of cases disposed of within the period, 113. Number of cases filed pending as at 30th of September 2021, 101. Juvenile Court. Number of cases brought forward on 1st of October 2020, 76. Number of cases filed between 1st of October 2020 to 30th of September 2021, 157. Number of cases disposed of as at 30th of September 2021, 117. Number of cases pending as at 30th of September 2021, 116. Sanitation Court. Number of cases brought forward 1st of October 2020, 866. Number of cases filed between 1st October 2020 to 30th of September 2021, 25. Number of cases disposed of, 50. Number of cases pending, 841. DPP cases. Number of cases brought forward on 1st of October 2020, 6,120. Number of cases filed between 1st October 2020 to 30th of September 2021, 900. Number of cases disposed of between 1st October 2020 and 30th of September 2021, 728. Number of cases pending as at 30th of September 2021, 6,292. Revenue generation. The grand total of fees and fines generated or realized by the probate registry, deputy sheriff office, appeal registry, archives and records, the High Court, Magistrate Court, and Mobile Court and Sanitation Court within the period under review is 376,159,369 naira 74 kobo. This is a positive difference of an increase in revenue of 28,476,232 200 naira 8 kobo. The total fees and fines generated by customary court of appeal is 65,130,750 naira over and above their last legal year revenue of 35,444,420 naira. Remarkably, the increase in revenue at the High Court and Magistrate Court is largely due to stringent measures introduced by the judiciary in revenue collection by checking diversion of fees and reducing affidavit racketeering. Performance and evaluation of judicial officers and congestion in courts. As shown in the above statistics of cases filed, pending and disposed of during the last legal year, our judges of the High Court disposed of 3,983 cases, while that of the judges of Customary Court of Appeal is 148 cases. For judges of the lower court, that's Magistrate Courts of Rivers State, their total disposal of cases stood at 7,142 in the last legal year. The total disposed case of customary court stood at 466 in the last legal year. The 2-month judicial strike adversely affected court sittings and legal practice. The improved performance is also attributable to the judiciary policy of allowing magistrates and judges to conclude part-hard matters despite their transfer to other jurisdictions or petitions for transfer of part-hard matters at advanced stage, with advice to petitioners to exercise their rights of appeal after judgment, if dissatisfied. This is also the advice or policy of the National Judicial Council, especially in criminal cases. Despite the unrelenting efforts of the judges, the number of cases filed in our courts is on the increase, as statistics show. At running the disposal of cases and requiring the redoubling of effort by the judges and magistrates. As we all know, the attitude of some lawyers and litigants militate against productivity of the court and dispensation of justice. Efforts of our judges to contain and minimize delay in the determination of matters are oftentimes greeted with needless petition, frivolous application for transfer of cases, and adjournment from some lawyers and some litigants. We appeal to such legal practitioners and litigants to eschew or minimize such practice, embrace the spirit of speedy disposal of cases in our courts. To this end, we invite the intervention of the leadership of Bar in Rivers State to minimize this objectionable tendency of some members of the Bar. The current policy and directive of the National Judicial Council, an approach to issues of delay in the administration of justice and dominant role and responsibility of justice in Nigeria, first, expeditious disposal of cases should be embraced by members of the Bar. The NJC France has several matters more than 5 years old on the court list and has directed all judges to hear and conclude them with dispatch and to treat criminal matters with utmost priority. NSTAS protects and damage to judicial properties. Nigerian youths embarked on a peaceful protest in October 2020, tagged NSTAS, to demand for the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad unit, as well as other reforms in the Nigerian police. What started out as a peaceful demonstration degenerated into chaos, loss of life, destruction and looting of properties by hoodlums and hellions who hijacked the peaceful protests. Both the High Court and Magistrate Court buildings and staff residential accommodation at Oyibo. The 60 kVA generating set, case files, record books, and office equipment, property of Rivers State Judiciary worth millions of naira were destroyed and burnt. This is a huge loss and a serious setback on administration of justice. The presiding judge was relocated to sit in Port Harcourt to hear cases and matters old and new from Oyibo. We pleaded with His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, to come to our rescue as possible, as he had always done in moments of our needs. His Excellency hearkened to our passionate plea of last legal year in coming to our rescue. The good news is that a new High Court and Magistrate Court and registration buildings have been constructed at Oyibo, awaiting commissioning and handover to the judiciary. Apart from the construction of a court complex, benches, soundproof generators set, water tank, air conditioners, and televisions in offices have been provided. We cannot thank His Excellency enough for this prompt action. Perennial problem of holding charge in the administration of criminal justice in magistrate courts and tardy prosecution of criminal matters. From the status of criminal cases pending in our courts, from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, Ministry of Justice, our records show that 70% of those cases are matters on capital offenses for which the trial magistrate do not have jurisdiction to try and are awaiting DPP's legal advice or the filing of information at the High Court. In most cases, the legal advice is not issued, or it takes too long to issue. The consequence is congestion of magistrate courts with awaiting trial cases and the congestion of the Port Harcourt Correctional Center. Even in criminal cases before the High Court, some state councils assigned to prosecute criminal cases are tardy in prosecuting their cases, either due to lack of diligence or lack of witnesses or due to other factors. The Performance Evaluation Committee of the National Judicial Council, Abuja, has issued official directives to judges to ensure that their quarterly return report 25% of concluded criminal matters, otherwise sanction will follow. This can only be achieved if the Ministry of Justice plays its role in criminal prosecution, because a judge cannot manufacture cases or witnesses and write judgment. We employ the Office of the DPP and lawyer defending defendant to brace up to their duties. Henceforth, judges will no longer brook the pervading tardiness in the prosecution of criminal matters and the undue adjournment by defense counsel. Let me make it abundantly clear to litigants and members of the bar that no application for transfer of any part, hard, civil, or criminal matter where two or more witnesses have testified shall be entertained except in grave isolated cases, strengthening the administrative machinery of the judiciary. In my resolve to strengthen the judiciary in the discharge of the constitutional duty, and with the collaborative efforts of the members of the River State Judicial Service Commission, I decided to give a new face to the administrative setup upon my assumption of office as the Chief Judge. There is a change of guards in the administration with the following new appointments. Chief Magistrate David D. Ihuamade Esquire, Acting Chief Registrar. Dr. Rita Ogogwa, Deputy Chief Registrar Administration. Chief Magistrate Mene Promo, Acting Deputy Chief Registrar Litigation. Chief Magistrate Blessing Vic Jumbo, Chief Magistrate Administration. The overhauling of the other cadre of administrative staff is in the offing. In the next few weeks, there will be many transfers of staff. Some of them have made their position permanent. Creation of additional judicial divisions of the High Court. In order to decongest the overload of cases in some judicial divisions of the High Court of River State and ensure speedy dispensation of justice in River State, the creation of additional judicial divisions of the High Court will be made in this legal year, subject to the approval of His Excellency and the fulfillment of legal formalities. Relationship of the judiciary and the bar. No doubt our judiciary enjoys a healthy cooperation of and cordial relationship with the entire bar in River State, Port Harcourt, Ahoda, Degema, Bori, Ishokpo, Omok, and Okreka branches. The periodic bench/bar forum within the legal year will be reinvigorated for a more rewarding exchange of ideas and concerns and solutions to challenges in the administration of justice in River State. We count on your continued support. Other stakeholders. The River State Judiciary enjoys the support and cooperation of River State Police Command. There is a pleasant exchange on efficient administration of criminal justice in River State between the River State Judiciary and the Police Command. We equally appreciate the dedication to duty and cooperation by the Nigerian Correctional Services in River State and their officers in the state in aid of administration of justice, and hope that it continues in the year ahead. The press at the Fourth Estate of the Realm have been wonderful in their cordial and healthy relationship with River State Judiciary, and we pray for its sustenance in this legal year. Appreciation. We thank all and sundry for honoring our invitation to this legal year, especially today that it rained cat and dog. His Excellency, the Governor of River State, Chief Inyeso Wike, CON, GSSRS, POS Africa, eminently deserve commendation by the River State Judiciary in the discharge of the government constitutional duty to the judiciary. We cannot thank His Excellency enough for all that he has done and all that he intends to do for the River State Judiciary. Lord Brace once said, I quote, "There is no better test of the excellency of a good government than the efficiency of its judicial system." There are other projects for the River State Judiciary which will be put in place for efficient administration of justice with the fullness of time within the legal year. I, and Acting President of Customary Court of Appeal, my brother judges of the High Court and Customary Court of Appeal, the Chief Registrar and the Deputy Chief Registrars, magistrates, chairmen and members of the Customary Courts, and the entire staff of River State Judiciary are indeed grateful to Your Excellency. I commend the efforts of the 2021-2022 Legal Year Committee for their tireless efforts and commitment to the success of this Legal Year ceremony. Above all, we thank God for His grace and mercy. God bless you all.
The Chief Judge of River State Justice Simeon Amadi, x-raying the activities of the River State Judiciary in the last legal year, even as he set the template for the 2021-22 legal year. Key takeaway from this address, so to speak, by the Chief Judge of River State is the number of projects and programs he has embarked upon since assumption of office from 26th of May 2021 to date. It is now time to hear from the special guest of honor at this occasion, the Governor of River State, for his goodwill message.
Of the Governor. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, the Speaker of the River State House of Assembly, my Lord, the Chief Judge of River State, my Lord, the Acting President of the Customary Court of Appeal, Justices of the Court of Appeal that are here, judges of the River State High Court and the Customary Court of Appeal, body of senior advocates of Nigeria, the magistrates, judges of other jurisdictions that are here, the chairman of the various branches of the Bar Association, service commanders, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by joining the Chief Judge of the State to welcome each and everyone here present at the opening of the 2021-2022 legal year. The opening of the legal year heralds the formal beginning of legal services by the courts after the break, and therefore serves to attract public focus on the administration of justice and the rule of law
in our society for the next 12 months. It is therefore an important event, not only for the judiciary, but also for society at large. While we have always had judicial institutions, it is the commitment of our judges, magistrates, and judicial staff that have enabled our legal and justice systems to continue to function for our state and also for the citizens. It is because of our judicial officers that people can come to the courts for the peaceful resolution of their social and commercial disputes, as well as the protection of their legal and fundamental human rights as guaranteed by our Constitution. It is still because of the presence and efforts of the judiciary that have prevented citizens from resorting to self-help when confronted with grave acts of injustice and oppression, which is also the reason our societies are largely peaceful and thriving with progress. Let me therefore thank our entire judiciary, including the judges, the magistrates, lawyers, and the court staff from the inferior to superior courts for their collective contributions to the building and sustenance of our legal and judicial systems. I would also commend the Chief Judge of Rivers State for his leadership and commitment to building a better judiciary for the solid foundations he inherited by widening access, removing obvious barriers, and improving existing processes and procedures in the administration of justice. As I've emphasized severally, Rivers State deserves nothing less than the best in all our collective endeavors as we look to the next 12 months of judicial service delivery. With optimism, I'm confident that you will take our judiciary to the next level of excellence and effectively advance our collective quest for a secure, fairer, and just society. Our government believes not only in the majesty of our judicial system, but also remains committed to upholding the rule of law, judicial independence, the principles of separation of powers as guaranteed under our Constitution. From inception, we prioritize the judiciary, advanced its independence, and provided the needed resources for it to discharge its functions, and we are proud with our matchless achievements which have propelled our judicial system to the envy of others in terms of access, effective case management, application of technology, and diversity and efficiency of services. This is a fact, and at moments such as this, we cannot stop recalling new courthouses were provided for both the state and federal court system, which are ensuring that citizens have a much widened access to both wings of the national and state court systems for justice and other related services. And because we are not yet done with our judiciary, we are presently building a new magistrate court complex with 4 blocks of 24 courtrooms, exhibit storage floor, a sick bay, and a detention facility to increase the capacity of this category of courts to deliver justice speedily for the benefit of the state and citizens. Those who attempt to criticize us for spending the state's money on building and improving the fiscal structure of federal courts are only being mischievous and politically envious of the applause we have received from its holistic interventions in the structural needs of federal institutions, including the security agencies, examination bodies, international development agencies, and the paramilitary services, providing federal social services for which Rivers people are the greatest beneficiaries. And so we are happy to have built the National Industrial Court to end the risk and agony our people, including lawyers and litigants, were experiencing when they had to travel all the way to Abuja to litigate their labor disputes and related matters. After all, this was a court that was rejected by the previous government when offered to the state by the federal government without any just cause, and we felt obliged as a responsible government to retrieve and restore it in Rivers State as part of our responsibilities to drive the development of the state and the progress of our people. Our direct response to these armchair politically tainted critics is that we did not wrong. It was the right thing to do, and we'll do it over and over again if it becomes necessary. We cannot also stop talking about what we have done in the last 6 years to improve the welfare and well-being of our judicial officers, especially the provision of new cars, comfortable and well-resourced offices, as well as the provision of lifelong residences for all our judicial officers, including those serving in federal courts and other jurisdictions external to our state. To date, we remain the only state that has elevated an ordinary policy commitment to the level of enforceable legal rights for the beneficiaries with the enactment of River State Judicial Officers Housing Scheme Law 2021 to guarantee continuity. What this means for judicial officers is that a subsequent state government must first contend with abrogating this law before it can contemplate stopping the continuous implementation of this legacy policy that is of profound relevance to the comfort of judicial officers and their families. The new campus of the Nigerian Law School that we are building in Port Harcourt will expand the current capacity of the Nigerian Law School so that more and more Nigerians, including ours from River State, can graduate from this institution and become proud lawyers and contribute to the progress of society. Here again, some lazy and uninformed characters have criticized our law school development project with the unfounded and lousy allegation that it lacks budgetary provision in our 2021 budget, even when they considered to the propriety of the project and the optimal benefits it will attract to the state and the business community. In this set of castigators, we urge you to first try and lay your hands and educate yourselves on the state budget as approved by the State House of Assembly, which is available online, before badmouthing the state government irresponsibly. Furthermore, the Port Harcourt campus of the Nigerian Law School is one we consciously demanded, offered to build, secured its approval from the Council of Legal Education, and ultimately from Mr. President through the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, and named after one of the Nigerian foremost legal icon, late Dr. Nabo Graham Douglas, Chief Advocate of Nigeria, and the second campus within the South-South zone of the country. But let me inform the audience of the politics of the law school. Because of the envy, and of course, anything about Port Harcourt politics will have to come into it. Just recently, the chairman of the Judiciary Senior Committee has tried to bring in politics in the establishment of the law school campus. Now, bringing a deal that the federal government should set up 2 campuses in each zone, and then in the south, near Abuja and Delta State. In essence, trying to do everything they can to see that the Port Harcourt campus of law school does not exist. But I can assure you, we have the capacity to fight back. It is unfortunate that for whatever reasons, the Deputy President of the Senate and his members trying to undermine the viability of the campus by sponsoring a bill for the unnecessary proliferation of law school campuses so that he could grab one and site in his village in Delta State. It's most unfortunate. I hear the public hearing will be on Monday. I will also be there. Now, the issue is, where will the federal government have the money to fund the establishment and running of multiple politically motivated law school campuses across the country? I hope the management of Nigerian Law School, the Council of Legal Education, and the federal government will see the fully in the proposed escalation of law school campuses across states and need the idea from the board before it causes more damage to the foremost institution that's already severely challenged for lack of adequate funding. We're also proud for being the only state in the Federation that has established a specialized judicial institution to provide regular capacity building for our judicial officers to improve the delivery of justice from our courts with the enactment of the Rivers State Judicial Institute Law 2021. Globally, judicial institutions are now considered a must for any country or state that aspires to legal excellence, and this is precisely what the Rivers State Judicial Institute is intended to realize for our state, which underscores the importance we attach to the quality of justice our courts should skillfully and professionally dispense. As an arm of government, our administration has largely fulfilled our commitments and done what was expected of us for the judiciary to effectively perform its role as the watchdog of our Constitution, the bastion of the rule of law, and the protector of the fundamental rights of the citizens. We all expect in return, therefore, is for our judiciary to actualize its vision of becoming the most dutiful, productive, and efficient judiciaries in the country by ensuring that all citizens can readily access the legal system for effective justice and other related services whenever they need it. But this is done to do. With out of 13,000, you dispense 3,000. That is not acceptable. 2 months of juice is not an excuse. So, my Lord Chief Judge, that is not commensurate with what we are putting on ground for the judiciary. At this point, I will be failing our responsibility if I do not comment on some of the challenges affecting the rule of law and effective administration of justice in our country. As an institution, the Constitution mandates the judiciary to be independent and never to be beholden to any person or authority other than our Constitution. Similarly, judicial officers are not in office to pursue anyone's agenda or be used to pursue any person's agenda or interest, but to uphold the rule of law irrespective of the circumstances and dispense justice to all persons, the weak or strong, the poor or rich, the high and mighty or the low and not married, the ruling party or the opposition, without fear, favor, or prejudice. One factor such as financial autonomy, improved welfare, and efficient appointment system are necessary preconditions for judicial independence. What is more obvious is that our courts and the entire justice system can only be as practically independent, impartial, and good as the personal character and integrity of the judges that preside over them. In other words, $1 billion monthly remittance will make no difference to outcome of any judiciary that is populated by judicial officers who really undercuts the essence of their calling and are naturally inclined to betray their judicial oaths. The crux of the matter, therefore, is the constitutional provision on judicial independence are practicable only to the extent that judicial officers are seen and reputed to be free from being captives to improper or extraneous pressure, influence, control, or interference, be it political, economic, or social, when discharging their functions. And since no one can give what he or she does not have, a judicial officer who is on principle fearful and lacking in courage, personal integrity, and effectiveness can neither stand in the face of internal and external pressures, nor be fair and impartial when sitting in judgment over people. Issues pertaining to poor case management, foreign shopping, allocation of case files to preferred judges, illogical and counter-judgment by cause of concurrent jurisdictions, and clear denial of justice to deserving parties continue to blight the integrity and identity of our judicial system. It is therefore important to remind ourselves that in judicial conduct, perception is as important as reality, while judicial or personal independence in the handling of cases is also synonymous with lack of public accountability. This being so, we have an abiding interest as society to demand and insist that judicial officers must be persons of high integrity, conscious and dutiful, persons with still courage and commitment to administer justice without fear or favor, self or group interests, persons that are fearless and willing to do justice even if the heavens will fall. May God help our judiciary to root out every judicial officer who is not courageous to dispense justice. As we all know, it is the responsibility of the government at all levels to protect the judiciary and accord the courts with such assistance as they may require to enable them to safeguard their independence, advance the rule of law, and dispense justice equally and fairly to all citizens. Unfortunately, while the present federal government has been very weak in resourcing and strengthening the judiciary, it has been very strong and readily predisposed to ridiculing the entire institution and subjecting individual judges to both physical and psychological trauma for its own self-interest. We all witnessed the infamous midnight raids on judicial residencies and the subjection of some judges to illegal raids, arrests, and detention by agents of the federal government, purportedly carried out a baseless sting operation back in 2016. Since then, the intimidation of judges whose judgment, intellectual or moral disposition they are not comfortable with has continued unrelenting, with the latest attack on a peaceful mother, wife of a former governor, and the Justice of the Supreme Court, highly revered Justice Mary Odley. It's important to emphasize that we allow these intimidations to become acceptable standards of behavior and even become complicit in their unholy design to undermine the administration of justice when we all ought to keep quiet in the face of these assaults. We therefore commend the leaders of the Nigerian Bar Association, the body of senior advocates, the Chief Justice, and the Nigerian Judicial Council, and members of the public for rising up to this particular challenge by promptly condemning and speaking out against the idiotic siege on our judiciary as an institution. And for me, this is one attack too many, and we must quickly move beyond the verbal protestations to unveil these evil characters and their collaborators, no matter their status or position, and ensure that they all are held to account for their actions. Otherwise, this impunity would never cease to rear its ugly head in our country. This is why I consider it deceitful for the Attorney General Federation Minister of Justice to declare the arrest of those who purportedly carry out the reprehensible action without disclosing their identities while keeping sealed lists on those who designed, directed, sanctioned, and or coordinated the assault on the otherwise peaceful home and person of the Honorable Justice Mary Odley. At any rate, having been mentioned as one of the architects of this business, the Attorney General Federal Minister of Justice cannot justifiably embark on self-investigation and should therefore have the courage and to step aside pending the outcome of an independent investigation into the allegations on his complicity. The federal government must also come clean on this infamy with the names, identities, and affiliations of those allegedly arrested for their roles or found to have been involved in the act if it is not to be perceived as the primary mastermind. More seriously, the political season is by the corner, and Nigeria must understand that the assault on Justice Mary Odley was not an isolated incident, but take it for what it is, the resumption of the federal government's infamous tactic of browbeating the judiciary to a state of fear and conformity so that it can continue to ride roughshod unchecked over the rule of law and the sanctity of our electoral system. Although it is still early morning in our democratic march towards 2023, the attack on Justice Mary Odley is a prelude to many more and even worse political maneuvers we should be prepared to experience from the APC-led federal government, which, having lost relevance and popular support, is becoming more and more desperate over its dwindling political fortunes by the day. While cases with political undertones, including the constitutional validity of certain sections of the recent amendments to the 2010 Electoral Act, if assented to by Mr. President, will necessarily come before our courts. What's important is the duty and capacity of our judiciary to save our democracy and the country. Of course, like we said, if Mr. President assents it, we will challenge it in court. As regards the issue of direct primaries, we believe there is internal interference in internal affairs of a political party. Every party should be left with the choice on how to elect their own candidates. What is concerning is not the external pressures on the courts by the government, political parties, or other men and women of influence, but the capacity of our judges to stand firm, to be free from their personal prejudices, bias, or preference, be it political, religious, economic, ethnicity, or otherwise, and be ready to apply only the law and nothing else to decide the cases and check all forms of abuse of power and threats of injustice. I wish to thank the Chief Justice of Nigeria for his hard work and continued efforts to build a strong, resolute, and forthright judiciary that can safeguard the rule of law and protect the individual rights and freedoms and ensure that the legal system truly meets the earnings of our citizens. On this note, it is my singular privilege and honor to declare the 2021-22 legal year open, and may God protect all our judges as they sit in judgment over the citizens. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your goodwill message. My Lord, with your leave, may I take some announcements just before the court will rise. Immediately after the special court section, there shall be refreshments. There shall be refreshment, and it will be in this order. The governor, deputy governor, his entourage, the chief judge, and judges, both retired and serving, both within and outside, from outside jurisdiction, shall be refreshed at the judges' conference room, Block B. The magistrates shall be refreshed at High Court 1, Block B. The chairmen and members of the customary court shall go to High Court 4, Block B. The MBA shall go to MBA House for their refreshment. The SANs shall be joining the judges at the judges' conference room. Judiciary staff will be served in their various sections. Others, you will be here. GSC members, you will be joining the chief judge. And that brings us to the end of the special court section. Court.
We sincerely thank you for your time while the official opening ceremony of the 2021-2022 legal year of the Rivers State Judiciary lasted here in Port Harcourt. On behalf of the outside broadcast crew, we sincerely thank you, and we'll be now rejoining Africa's largest TV network service, NTA Network Studios, for the continuation of other scheduled program. Good afternoon.
Next is the presentation of starter packs to 220 community animal health extension workers. 220 community animal health extension workers. Tukur Jafar Rabiu, quickly. Tukur Jafar Rabiu, in our starter packs. Yunusa Aliyu Bello, Abdullah Shazali Ibrahim, please come quickly. Please.
Hello, this is the Nigerian Television Authority coming to you live from the ancient city of Kano, where all is set for the formal launch by the state government of various agricultural intervention programs. These programs are geared towards creating job opportunities among women and youth with a view to minimizing poverty and stimulating accelerated economic growth. I am Abdullah Mustafa. You're welcome to the program. These intervention programs, we are about to witness the flag off or formal launch by Governor Abdullah Umar Ganduje, are being executed by the State Agricultural Development Project, that is the Kano State Agricultural and Rural Development Authority, NADA, the Kano State Agro-Pastoral Development Project, KSADP, and jointly by NADA and KSADP, as well as Appeals Project and NKS. In all, more than 14,000 women and youth, including the physically challenged, are among will benefit from the interventions.
Hello. Hello. To da Allah jama'a da suke cikin filin nan, do Allah a koma inda rumfuna suke. Duk wanda yake cikin filin nan ya koma rumfa. In ba masu kyamara ba, duk wanda yake cikin filin nan ya koma rumfa. Daga gabas inda aka ajiye kayayyaki, do Allah jama'a in banda jami'an tsaro nan ma kowa da kowa ya kauce daga gurin. Gabas ɗin nan daura da masallaci inda aka zube kayayyaki, do Allah kowa da kowa in banda jami'an tsaro a kauce daga gurin. Yawa do Allah a taimaka a kyale jami'an tsaro kawai da ma'aikata da suke kula da ayyuka a wurin. Waɗanda suke cikin filin nan kuma do Allah su samu wurare su zazzauna. Do Allah duk wanda ba ma'aikaci ba Abdallah ana neman Kasim admin na case ADP a nan. M&E na case ADP da Allah ana neman sa a nan inda ake magana. M&E na case ADP da Allah M&E na case ADP da Allah idan yana kusa ya zo. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi wahada. Wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, OFR, Khadimul Islam. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kano State and Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Nasir Yusuf Gauna, the Permanent Secretary, Kano State Ministry of Agriculture, who is also seated here, Honorable Commissioners and members of the State Executive Council present here, the Chairman, Kano State Civil Service Commission, Engineer Bello Muhammad Kiru, sir, you are welcome. Your Excellency, seated here with us this afternoon are the Country Director, Sasakawa Africa Association, sir, you are welcome. The representative of the Islamic Development Bank, Malam Sabiu Awal from the Abuja hub of the bank is also here. The National Coordinator of Appeals is expected here. Likewise, the representative of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me also welcome in a very special way the State Chairman of Algon, Alhaji Bappa Takai, and other local government chairmen who have accompanied him to this occasion. The SPC KSADP, the SPC Appeals, the SPC NKS Project, distinguished invited guests, farmers, media people, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all, and assalamu alaikum. Permit me, Your Excellency, to, at the beginning of this program, invite Sheikh Ahmad Suleiman to lead us in prayer. If Sheikh Ahmad Suleiman is not available, I will invite Alhaji Mustafa Hamza Buhari, Bakwana, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Political Affairs, to lead us in prayer.
ربنا إليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربي حفظك مولاي تكنو دكتور عبد الله عمر غندوجه بما تحب وترضى اللهم أكف عنه شر الأشرارين ربي حفظه من شر المخلوقات أجمعين اللهم أنصر من نصر الدين اللهم أنصر من نصر الدين بارك لنا في مجالسنا هذا وبفضلك يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Alhamdulillah, Your Excellencies, all other protocol duly observed. It goes without saying that agriculture is the mainstay of the economy of Kano State. Over 70% of the population are engaged in agriculture across several value chains. Kano, by the grace of Almighty Allah, is blessed with several dams, arable land, and a hard-working population. It is in the light of these, ladies and gentlemen, that the administration of His Excellency Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje is devoting a lot of time, plenty resources and deploying equipment to this very important sector, principally to provide food for our teeming population, to provide industrial raw materials for our factories, to alleviate poverty, and importantly, to create jobs for our teeming youth population. This activity, Your Excellency, which is the formal launch and flag off of several agricultural intervention programs, is one of the steps taken by your administration to achieve the goals of the government in the important sector of agriculture. This afternoon, Your Excellency, we shall witness the presentation of assorted empowerment packages to about 16,010 people. Your Excellency, the number is big. For the first time in your administration, 16,010 people are going to be empowered in a single day across several sectors of agriculture. These empowerment programs will be executed through your very dear agency, the Kano State Agricultural and Rural Development Agency, NADA, the Kano State Agro-Pastoral Development Project, NADA KSADB Joint Intervention, Sasakawa KSADP Joint Intervention, and indeed the special intervention by the Appeals Project. Your Excellency will also use the opportunity of this event to commission some projects, including the office complex provided by your administration for the NCARES project, which is another intervention, especially for poor people affected by COVID-19. Having said this much, and in view of the constraint of time, it is my honor at this point in time to invite the Managing Director of NADA, Dr. Junaidu Yakubu Muhammad, to formally welcome everybody to this event. Please put your hands together for Dr. Junaidu Yakubu Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, OFR Kadimul Islam, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, also the Commissioner of Agriculture, Kano State, the Honorable Commissioners, and the other members of the State Executive Council that are here present with us, the representative of Honorable Minister of Agriculture, ably represented by Abba Gana, the representative of Islamic Development Bank, the Country Director of Sasakawa, the National Coordinator Appeals that is here with us, the permanent secretaries and the head of parastatals, the directors from NADA and the Ministry of Agric, the state project coordinators, notably KSADP Appeals and the NCARES that are here with us, our extension agent, and the farmers, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, good afternoon to you all. It is my singular honor and the privilege to deliver this welcome address at this important visit of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje Kadimul Islam, our father and the master of agricultural transformation in Nigeria. For this very important formal launch and the plug up of agricultural intervention program implemented by Kano State in partnership with African Development Bank, World Bank, and the other collaborative partners. May I grab the indulgence of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, to deliver this welcome address as the head of Kano State Agricultural and Rural Development Authority, which is by policy is the organization saddled with the responsibility of delivering agricultural extension service delivery, and to also serve as the executing agency and the supervisory body for the most important agricultural intervention in the state. With utmost pleasure and sincerity, I warmly welcome His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, OFR Kadimil Islam, and his entourage, and to praise and appreciate his continuous support to Kano State Agricultural and Rural Development Authority in various projects. Your visit to NADA for the third time within 12 months has driven and sustained agricultural development across the 44 local government areas in the state. On behalf of the teeming farmers of Kano State, we are sincerely grateful for this. Your Excellency, our dear Governor and the Father, as well as our leader, this your great administration has provided enabling environment and the support to implement in multiple ways to discharge our roles and responsibilities, which includes the following. One, your administration recruited additional 749 extension agents in the state, which resulted Kano State to become the highest in terms of the number of the extension agents in the country, and accounting more than 30% of the total extension agents that we have in the country. Two, Your Excellency, you successfully launched the Kano State Agro-Pastoral Development Project. This is a project that has started transforming our local cattle rearing to a modern system of sustainable supply of milk and meat products. Number three, your administration has successfully launched and implemented a field project which is building the capacity and supporting our farmers in three important value chains that include rice, tomato, and wheat. The farmers in Kano State have already started seeing the impact of this intervention. The project of NKS under your administration with your support is about to commence that will be targeting the most vulnerable and the poor people that are affected by COVID-19 pandemics. Number five, His Excellency has also graciously provided motorcycle for our frontline extension agent in order to have easily delivery in their extension activities in the state. The Kano State farmers will never forget the various support for this, for your leadership in rendering such service, include support given to 1,000 farmers for tube wells that will be used to facilitate irrigation activities during the dry season, provision of 5,000 water pumps to our farmers across the state to enhance irrigation activities in the state, and also the cushioning the effect of natural disaster that will affect our tomato farmers in the state. At this junction, I want to appreciate His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, and also the Commissioner of Agriculture, who have always provided support and leadership in agricultural sector. The House Committee in Agriculture have also been a very good partners in progress, and all other relevant stakeholders that are here present for the good working relationship. We are very much grateful for the support. Lastly, I wish each and everyone here present a successful occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to the Managing Director of NADA, Professor Dr. Junaid Yakubu Muhammad. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I had earlier on announced that some of our development partners are present here, and it is my pleasure, if His Excellency the Governor permits, to now invite them to make goodwill speeches, short goodwill speeches for that matter. And let me remind our distinguished audience that this activity is being broadcast live on the network of the Nigerian Television Authority, as well as 5 radio stations in Kano. Therefore, we have limited time for the live coverage. Therefore, I will appeal to speakers to please minimize their speeches so that we can take very good advantage of the time we have for the live broadcast. And it is on this note that I will invite Your Excellency, with your kind permission, the country director of Sasakawa Africa, Professor Sani Miku, to give us a short remark of goodwill.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, Academy of Islam. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kano State and Commissioner of Agriculture, Kano State, Dr. Nasir Yusuf Gauna. The representative of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, here present, the MD NADA, members of the Executive Council, other directors and distinguished personalities here present, the representative of Islamic Development Bank, the State Project Coordinator of the KSADP, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to stand here to acknowledge the support of the Executive Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, for this laudable achievement. In fact, I would like to state here that Sasakawa Africa Association is proud to be associated with Kano State government. We have never seen such a laudable and well-focused, well-established project that is aimed at supporting smallholder farmers in this country. Kano State has led and will continue to lead other states towards emancipating and bringing out quality interventions that will change the income, livelihood, and security for food and income for its citizens. We are very proud to be associated with this project. We have achieved so much with this state project, and we are going to continue along with our partners to impact laudably and creditably on the targeted smallholder farmers. In fact, I made this without any regret. Kano State is leading all other states in terms of support to smallholder farmers. We are very proud to be associated with this project, and we want to wish His Excellency Allah's guidance, and may Allah see him through all what he intended to do for these people, for his people in this state. And we look forward to coming back here once in the future to lay down some of the achievements of this project. At the end of it, I would like to thank the Islamic Development Bank for shaping the conduct of this project, and other partners like IITA, ICRISAT, and other seed companies that have contributed immensely towards the achievement of the targeted project. At the end of it, the headquarters of Sasakawa instructed me to convey a special gratitude for Kano State government for the kind of support Kano State government has been given to Sasakawa since its inception in Nigeria in 1992. Kano State provided a host office for Sasakawa for 17 good years. And this is a laudable support, and we are proud to be associated with this. I would like to extend my invitation to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, in our 35th anniversary, which is coming on the 2nd of December in Abuja. Because of your position and the impact of your support to Sasakawa Africa Association, we are extending this invitation to you as a special host to our anniversary. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, the country director of SASACA, but I want to believe that if you invite the governor without inviting the deputy governor, who is also the commissioner for agriculture, how can the governor grace your activity? In any case, let me also, by extension, as the Hausaman will say, the deputy governor, His Excellency, Dr. Nasiru Yusuf Gawuna, is also invited for that event. Thank you, DJ. Next, I will invite the National Program Coordinator of the Appeals Project, who is represented by the Kano State Coordinator of the project, Alhaji Mala Hassan. Please, Mala Hassan, you have limited time, so we expect that your speech will be very short.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullah Umar Ganduje, His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, and Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Dr. Nasir Yusuf Gawuna, respected Honorable Commissioners here present, other important personalities here present, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Agriculture and Natural Resources, the Managing Director, NADA, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Your Excellency, it is my honor and privilege to stand here to give a goodwill message on behalf of the National Project Coordinator, Appeals. Your Excellency, Appeals stands for Agro-Processing, Productivity Enhancement, and Livelihood Improvement Support Project. It's a project being implemented in 6 participating states of Kano, Kaduna, Kogi, Lagos, Cross River, and Enugu. The project in Kano State, Your Excellency, under your able administration, is promoting the production, processing, and marketing of rice, tomato, and wheat. Remarkably, under your administration, Your Excellency, on rice value chain, for the first time in agricultural development in Kano State, under Appeals Project, medium-scale farmers are trained, empowered on combined harvester tractor hiring service in the state. Your Excellency, interestingly, Alhaji Nadaba Chiromawa, Sarkin Noman Kano, is among the beneficiaries who is supported with a whole combined harvester machine to be providing combined harvester hiring service in Bunkure, Garumalang, and Kura. This is to reduce post-harvest loss in rice production. On wheat production, Your Excellency, for the first time, not only in the history of agricultural development in Kano State, but in the history of tomato production in Nigeria, under your administration, women up to 340 are supported with 2 clusters of greenhouse tomato production in Bagauda and Dawakintopa, where these 340 women are producing tomato under greenhouse technology throughout the year. Your Excellency, it is also a remarkable achievement to state that wheat value chain, which is one of the value chain under promotion in the state, Gurasa production has received a paradigm shift in which local method of producing Gurasa in Kano under your administration has been changed from the use of local pot corn stock under unhygienic condition to the use of oven gas technology, where 40 pieces of grasa will be produced in 8 minutes under hygienic condition, as against 16 pieces in 25 minutes under unhygienic condition. This is a great remarkable achievement. Your Excellency, 1,700 women, youth, and people with special need under a demonstration are empowered with 2 million each, 2 million naira each to start up an enterprise of their choice. At this juncture, it is my honor, Your Excellency, on behalf of the National Project Coordinator, to thank you for your passion, commitment, and dedication in ensuring that the livelihood of small and medium farmers are enhanced in the state. Your Excellency, finally, these 1,700 youth, whoever look at them will see a sign of happiness in their face, an evidence of good looking. This is a testimony that they are the true Gandujia-made Mulonia. At this juncture, we thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your support, and God bless. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next, I will call upon the representative of the Abuja hub of the Islamic Development Bank, the bank that has supported Kano State government to set up the Kano State Agricultural Development Project.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, OFR, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, Dr. Nasir Yusuf Gauna, Honorable Commissioners here present, Managing Director of Canada, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to present a goodwill message on behalf of the Islamic Development Bank on the launching and flag-off ceremony of some major activities financed by the bank. The ISDB is indeed happy to be a part of this August ceremony that is being held to launch and flag off many important crop and livestock-based activities financed by the IDB through the Lives and Livelihoods Fund. One important takeaway from today's event is the impact the interventions will have on the lives of the beneficiaries and on the economy of Kano State. Your Excellency, all these activities, which I call initial milestones in the life of the KSADP, could not have been achieved without your active and continuous support to the executing agency and the project management unit. I must not fail to mention that the ISDB is highly satisfied with the performance of both Canada and the project management unit since inception of the project in late 2019. Your Excellency, to further to ensure the full implementation of all project activities, we wish to kindly appeal for the release of all outstanding counterpart funds for project implementation of jointly financed activities. On its part, as financier of the project, the ISDB will continue to support and work closely with the Kano State government and both Canada and the PMU to ensure that all the objectives of the project are achieved as planned for the benefit of the good people of Kano State. Once again, I would like to say a big congratulations to you, sir, on this outstanding event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the representative of the Islamic Development Bank. Next, Your Excellency, I have the honor to invite the representative of the Federal Minister of Agriculture to please come forward for his remark of goodwill. Let us please appreciate the Honorable Minister who is ably represented this afternoon.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, OFR, Kadimul Islam, the father of modern Kano, and the leader who cares about farmers. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, who doubles as Commissioner for Agriculture, Your Excellencies, members of the National and State Assembly here present, Honorable Commissioners present, Permanent Secretary, State Minister of Agriculture, MD NADA, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure today standing before this very important gathering to channel the appreciation of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture on the effort being made always by the state government under the able leadership of Alhaji Dr. Umar Ganduje, the Executive Governor of Kano State, pending food security of the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to emphasize that the effort the governor is making in this state is second to none and first by all means. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of issues which I want to digress from the major issue of crop production. Your Excellency, we had a problem of production this year where the rain went up very early, and the farmers, particularly those that cultivated off-land rice and other crop produce, have seriously suffered. And I want to forward the major issue that will be confronting us right away for the governor in his kind gesture to intercede. This year, according to the main information being paddled around, is that there will never be a crop production dry season this year in area of Tiga, where Tiga is supplying water. So I am appealing to the governor to intercede on behalf of the farmers, to call on the authorities that are concerned to allow the water to be used at least this dry season and the work to commence in the wet season. Ladies and gentlemen, on the part of Federal Ministry of Agriculture, Your Excellency, I want to remind you that the ministry, under the able leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari and the ministry headed by Dr. Abubakar Muhammad Mahmoud, have established a lot of projects here in Kano. Ladies and gentlemen, federal government installed more than 3,000 solar panels lights in various parts of Kano State in order to ameliorate the sufferings of our Kano populace. Kano's Federal Ministry of Agriculture also constructed thousands of roads in Kano State. Water were provided in various parts of Kano State. Not even solar-powered boreholes. Federal government provided mini water treatment plants in some parts of Kano State. So, ladies and gentlemen, federal government is highly appreciative of the way His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, is running the state and at the same time contributing immensely in the development of agricultural part of this country. The food security is the most important thing, and the governor is always standing on his feet to take good care of food security. Lastly, we appreciate the effort being carried out by various organizations with contributions of federal government within. Ladies and gentlemen, I will remain here because of time to say thank you, and the governor, long live, long live, long live, may God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, the representative of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. We also express deep appreciation to the federal government for the several interventions it has brought in this very important sector of human development. The next item, ladies and gentlemen, on the program has been rescheduled. Therefore, I will call upon the Koroso Cultural Troupe to entertain us for a few minutes before we proceed with the program proper. Saboda haka 'yan Koro. Yawa, Koroso da Allah tafa musu. Yawa, mun gode Koroso, yawa. Yawa, ya isa ba lokaci. Yawa, Koroso mun gode, mun gode, mun gode. Da Allah idan Shatima yana nan, Shatima Albasu a gurguje. Shatima Albasu, Koroso Cultural Troupe, we thank you very much. We thank you so very much. Shatima Albasu, please. Dalla Jama, we need to show decorum. We need to exercise patience. There is need for smooth management of this crowd so that we can conduct this activity very, very smoothly. Shatima Albasu, ba mu da lokaci.
Hello, salamu alaikum. To, idan kuke ku ƙara so ciki. To, bismillah. Juya can baya. Na ciyama. To.
Jumbu ala jike.
Shatima, da Allah a rage kai kawo cikin filin nan ana bata yanayin. Shatima muna godiya da Allah a kuma a zauna. Muna godiya, thank you very much, Shatima. Da Allah ta fa Shatima kugal. Da girman gwamna ana Shatima yana kayatar da mutane kuma aka yi babban kamu. Memba mai jar hula, tsohon shugaban karamar hukuma ta dan majalisar jiha mai wakiltar karamar hukuma ta Alhaji ya cire jar hula kuma ya sa koriyar hula mai tambarin KSADP. Muna godi. Your Excellency, we are now transiting to a very critical stage of this endeavor, which is the flag off of and presentation of empowerment packages to several individuals, about 16,010 individuals. We are just witnessing this activity in the next few seconds. One area that is very dear to the heart of Your Excellency and indeed to the present administration is the area of education, where Your Excellency institutionalized the free and compulsory basic to secondary education policy. Now, to support this policy, the Kano State Agro-Pastoral Development Project, a darling project of your administration, decided to support you, Your Excellency, to support what your government is doing by offering scholarships to 115 indigents of Kano State who are studying agriculture or livestock-related courses in tertiary institutions. These include OND students, HND students, Master of Science students, and those students pursuing PhD programs. 115 of them. Why are we not appreciating KSADP for this very laudable gesture? Your Excellency, it is at this juncture that I will invite the Managing Director of NADA, the representative of the Islamic Development Bank, Malan Sabiu Awal, and the State Project Coordinator of KSADP to present before Your Excellency the following beneficiaries of the KSADP Scholarship Program. The Managing Director of NADA. The list is here with me. Your Excellency, for the PhD, Your Excellency, I will invite Sadia Abubakar. Sadia Abubakar is studying animal science, PhD animal science at Bayero University. Sadia Abubakar, PhD Animal Science, Bayero University, Kano. Ko Sadia ba ta nan ne na karɓi scholarship din? Sadia Abubakar, idan ba ta nan, if she's not around, Nasiru Muazu, please. Nasiru Muazu is also a PhD student. Sadia Abubakar. Nasiru Muazu Galadima is also a PhD student. Sani Hamisu Zarewa, master's degree in pasture and range management. Your Excellency, it's very interesting that this beneficiary is physically challenged, yet he has not been discouraged by his disability and has decided to pursue a postgraduate degree at Bayero University. Next, Zakaria Usman Sani, HND. Zakaria Usman Sani, do Allah agurguje, HND. Muhammad Aliyu Abubakar, OND. Muhammad Aliyu Abubakar. Muhammad Aliyu Abubakar, OND. Muhammad Aliyu Abubakar, please, quickly, but gently. So, Your Excellency, the next presentation is support of startup packs to 220. Next is the presentation of startup packs to 220 community animal health extension workers. 220 community animal health extension workers. Tukur Jafar Rabiu, quickly. Tukur Jafar Rabiu in our startup packs. Yunusa Aliyu Bello, Abdullah Shazali Ibrahim, please come quickly. Please bring forward the starter packs so that His Excellency can hand over the contents to the beneficiaries. The starter packs are being moved to this location. We can see them, they're very costly. And they are going to be presented to the community animal health extension workers. by the special grace of Allah and because of the support we are receiving from the Kano State Agro-Pastoral Development Project. Your Excellency, as you can see, the starter packs are a bit heavy. They contain tools or kits, some technical paraphernalia, and specialized gadgets and clothing. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Please join His Excellency in a group photograph as we have limited time for this live coverage. Thank you. Quickly, we are moving to the presentation of samples of starter kits to smallholder farmers, 1,000 of them. This is being executed under the NADA KSADP legumes value chain intervention. May I quickly invite for the presentation Sani Long Kabi Dawakin Tofa, Yusuf Madaki, Musa Abdullahi, Bappa Takuri, and Hafiz Isa. Quickly. Do Allah muna gayyatar masu waɗannan sunayen su zo wannan gurin a gurguje. Sani Lawan Kabi Dawakin Tofa, Yusuf Madaki, Musa Abdullahi, Bappa Takuri da kuma Hafizu Isa. These individuals are going to be presented with starter kits by His Excellency the Executive Governor Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. Director Extension NADA, do Allah kawo starter kits domin a presenting jama'a suna gani. After the presentation of the starter kits, Your Excellency, we shall invite you to present the special intervention support under the Sasakawa KSADP Crops Intervention Program for 5,350 smallholder commercial farmers. We are going to give a few people here, and after Your Excellency has taken his leave, the activity will continue. We are yet to da Allah kun dan kare ba a ganin fuskokin jama'a, saboda haka sai kun juya domin a ga. Your Excellency,
This is the starter pack supported to smallholders farmers that we have. About 1,000 farmers have been supported by NADA in collaboration or with KSADP. This is the fertilizer NPK 1515 with some insecticide and the herbicide. This is the beans aid. The seed is actually certified seed. Is meant for seed multiplication in order to have a farmers diffusions in the next season. Is for them to produce seed in their various community. Yes. Yeah. Musa. So this is for Musa Abdullahi, is one of the beneficiary from local government. From Kumboso local government. Okay. Yes. Okay, this is Musa from Kumboso local government, but he has a farm in Kura local government. That is where he is conducting his farming activities and is being supported. He is one of the 1,000 beneficiaries supported by NADA in collaboration with KSADP. Congratulations, Musa. On behalf of His Excellency, so this is a pack, complete pack for Malam Musa. So the package contains the herbicide as well as the insecticide. Yes. Yes. Are you also part-time? Yes. Yes. All of it. This is the complete pack. Maybe we can move forward. So this is a complete pack for Malam Musa, who is from Kumbosa local government and conducting his farming activities at Kura LDA. He's into beans production. That is why we give him the seed for beans. This is certified seed. It's meant for generating seed for the members of the community. Congratulations.